Jensen, and welcome to my channel. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and may fall again and again, because there is no effort without error or shortcoming. Teddy Roosevelt. Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Before we get started, if you would be so kind and drop a little DNA on that thumbs up button, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider hitting the red subscribe button and click on the bell so you won't miss any of the true crime news. Thank you. So today we are going to be talking about Miss Naomi Judd, very well known, um, very well known. One second here. Just want to make sure I got something pulled up here. Thank you. All right. So Miss Naomi Judd was one of the queens of country when the 80s and the 90s, right? Everyone remembers the Judd duo. Her daughter, Winona Judd, and Naomi Judd were known as the Judd duo. We're going to be talking about a hard topic today, which is the S word, about unaliving yourself. Now, Naomi and Winona, they dictated the queens of country during the 80s and the early 90s. They did come from a very hard upbringing in Eastern Kentucky, but Naomi never gave up. She worked as a nurse, and she later saw that her daughter had a major God given talent, that they moved from the Appalachian Hills of Eastern Kentucky all the way to LA. Life was never easy for Naomi and Winona, and of course Ashley Judd, who had became a huge star in her own right, on being on the big screen, becoming an actress, doing lots of philanthropic work, causes all over the world. Now, Naomi suffered a lot in LA with DV, and later said that LA was just a horrible time in their lives. So they packed up and headed back to Kentucky. Naomi would drive around Nashville with her daughter, Winona, uh, in their beat up car that she later said would burn more oil than gas. And this is a very, uh, I think this photo was taken during their farewell tour. Uh, Going back to Nashville, Winona and of course Naomi, they would go to all the big labels, and after some time they did get discovered, becoming the Judd duo. The pair have always had kind of a rocky existence from the trauma that they suffered going through poverty, SADV, and so much more. Through the 80s and the 90s, they were the reigning queens of country, selling out world tours until Naomi retired from contracting hepatitis from a needle puncture from when she was a nurse, becoming too ill to perform on the world stage. Winona would forge her way as a solo artist after that, finding her own way alone, still to this very day, receiving so many accolades and awards, which is where Naomi Judd unaliving herself kind of comes in. Just a few days before Naomi tragically ended her life, Naomi and Winona were performing together on a rooftop for a country award performance. They were to be inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in just a few short days. Naomi and Winona seem to be very excited about talking about on the red carpet about them being inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. But you never know what is behind someone's smile and what they're dealing with privately. Naomi had been a big advocate in mental health, being very open, doing seminars, educating people through television, talking about her own experiences, and even writing a book called River of Time, which she put out a few years ago. I highly do recommend the book if you've. It also has a Audible version as well. If you've ever suffered from depression, anxiety, or just want to know more about Naomi or the Judds, then it is a great book. So, getting back to the Country Music Hall of Fame, Naomi would never get to see the Country Music Hall of Fame award because tragically she unalived herself on April 30th, 2022. Winona would accept the award with her sister, Ashley Judd. Sadly, her last letter has been leaked, which we will not be showing here today, but just a little note that she said about her daughter Winona, saying, "Don't let Winona come to my funeral. She's mentally ill." Which here is the letter that she wrote to, about Winona. In my opinion, I think she said this to protect her daughter, hopefully to keep Winona safe. Now, a lot of the bigger media has made it out to be a dig toward Winona. I think Naomi and Winona are more similar than different, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. There has been also, the police has made public released Naomi's bedroom, where she tragically ended her life. Out of respect, we will blur or cover up the areas that may be sensitive in nature. Here is a photo of Naomi's bedroom. Um, as you can see, there's like a phone put down here and photo, and I actually don't know what this is. I don't know if it's a GUN or not, but it's just very tragic. Here is another photo of the bed where we covered up uh, some sensitive topics as well, and we have blurred out this. This is the bedroom where it happened tragically. If you are depressed and feel like there is no way out, remember this is a bad moment. It's not a bad life. and you can call the hotline at 1-800-273-TALK, 1-800-273-8255. Now, Ashley did discover her mother. Here is a photo of Ashley with her family. Ashley did discover her mother in a horrific moment that she says, quote, gave her grief and trauma, end quote, which who wouldn't that give grief or trauma to, right? Which she has publicly talked about. Now, this story is still going on. There is some alleged drama going on about the will, and we will keep you posted on that. Now, please let me know what you think in the comments below. I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless you all. And it's just a tragic way that, Naomi went out. And I wish she knew how much we needed her still. And more importantly, her family needed her. But mental illness is a real thing. And always get help. Always, please. It's never worth it. God bless each and every one of you. Good night.